Good morning. All right. Gonna do some more Kamigawa Neon Dynasty practice today. Let's do it. All right. Let's see what this channel rare land does, huh? I'm gonna try and just stick to the cards I haven't read already, because there's quite a few. And if I read every card again, it would take forever. So I haven't read this rare yet. Let's see what it does. Legendary land, taps for green. 1 to green, channel ability. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, and non-basic land. But they can search for a land card with a basic land type, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. This card seems awesome. So it's a land that's also blows up artifacts and enchantments in a set where that's super relevant. Granted, they get a land out of it, but that seems really good to me. I like that. I like it. Trying to get my green screen all situated here. All right. So I already read bronze cudgels. Let's do this. Oh, this is the blue shrine. So 2 mana, 0/4 flyer. And you can pay 1. Wow, so you can just mill your opponent out with that eventually. The shrine deck, I'm sure, is going to be a fun one. Thirst for Knowledge is obviously very good value. Regent's Authority, Combat Trick, better with Legends. Have I read all these other cards? Here's a counter spell, but you have to tap an artifact you control or pay 1. That's kind of cool. Hey, Robin. I'll scroll down, Robin. I feel like if I can do it where they're smaller, but then you can't read them. Or I could do them kind of bigger, so then we can read them. I don't know if the resolution's good enough anyway, but hopefully it is. 7-Tail Mentor. 4 mana, 2/3. Enters or dies. Yeah, I kind of like that card too. Because 4 mana, 3/4 at worst. This Moonsnare Specialist is good too. I think I'm going to take the land. This land seems really good to me in an artifact enchantment set. Oh, good. All right, follow-up pick. Awakened Awareness. 2 and an X. Enchant an artifact or a creature. When it enters, put X+1/+1 counters on enchant permanent. Oh, I see. I've seen this, yeah. So this card's like it doubles. It has 2 different effects you can do, basically. You can use it as a buff spell super late in the game, or you can use it as a turn a creature into a 1/1 thing. I think it's probably okay. I do like that it's got that duality to it, but ultimately it doesn't like get rid of the card's abilities, so I don't know. I don't think it's exceptional or anything. I'm going to try and fix it, my green screen real quick here. Oh, I don't know if I can. Not in this program, huh? All right. Well, it's just because it's so dark here. It's so early in the morning. All right, Generous Visitor. 1 mana, 1/1. Whenever you cast an enchantment, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That card seems great. There's all sorts of enchantments in this set. Hot Shot Mechanic. 1 mana, white, 2/1. Cruise vehicles as though it power. It feels like everything in this set, cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. All right. Twisted Embrace. When it enters battlefield, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, gets +1/+1. Network Disruptor. 1 mana, 1/1. Flyer. Enters. Taps. Good tempo card. I like this Twisted Embrace, but you can get 2 for 1. But it is an enchantment. I could still see taking the Visitor because that card's strong, but this is pretty solid removal. This deals with anything. Granted, it's 4 mana, but that's okay. So we've seen all these. I'm just looking for cards I haven't read before. I don't think I've read this Careful Cultivation. 3 mana enchantment. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+3 and has reach and tap, add 2 green. And you can channel it, make a human monk with tap, add green. That's kind of an interesting card. I definitely think that's good. It's 2 mana, discard it, you get a ramp creature? Instant speed? I think I'd pretty rarely use that as a actual aura, although I guess if you need a blocker, could be useful. That card's good. What's this Modern Age? I haven't read this one yet. 2 mana, so 2 turns of draw a card, discard a card, and then finally exile it and return as a 2/3 flyer. So 2 loots, and then you get a 2/3 flyer. It's good value for 2 mana. These sagas are good. I could see taking the Generous Visitor, but I'm going to take the removal here. I'd take the Twisted Embrace. All right. Containment Construct. 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. So, kind of good with Channel. And then we've got Silver Fur Master over here. Ninjutsu Master. It's a Lord for ninjas and rogues, of which there's plenty in the set. And then on top of that, it makes your ninjutsu abilities cost less to activate. It's a cool card. How about this one? Behold the Unspeakable, 5 mana. So creatures you don't control get -2/-0. That's good. If you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 4 cards. What? Otherwise, scry 2, then draw 2 cards. That's incredible. And then it comes back as a flying trample creature that gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. This card's sweet. I like that a lot. I hadn't seen that one. That one's good. Let's see. I like this Arm Guard Familiar too. That's a lot of abilities wrapped into a common. What else do I like in here? I do like the Silver Fur Master. I think probably go with this Behold the Unspeakable. This card seems awesome. First turn it comes down, weaken all your opponent's creatures. Second turn, at least scry 2, draw 2. Possibly draw 4. And then it comes back as a Evasive Wincon. Wow. Okay. We'll take that. I haven't seen this Enthusiastic Mechanaut. 2 mana, 2/2 flyer. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's a cool card. It's a flyer too. Seismic Wave is very good, I think, because it ends up actually dealing 3 damage to a non-artifact creature, and then 1 damage to everything else they control, or you can just burn your opponent with it. I like that card. I think this Dragonfly suit is also very good. It only accrues for 1 3 mana or 3 power flyer. It's Tamio's Completion. 4 mana flash. Tap enchant permanent. If it's an equipment, unattach it. Enchant permanent loses all abilities, doesn't untap. That's a cool card. It's expensive, but hey, Cramped. Good morning. Yep, I thought I'd get some practice in here. Probably pretty important to get some practice in for the new set coming out in 3 days, huh? I like Lethal Exploit more than the Completion because it's a lot cheaper. So I'll probably end up taking that. I like this Kami of Terrible Secrets too. Harmonious Emergence, 4 mana. So this is like a cycle. Makes a 4/5 spirit, vigilance, haste creature. I don't know how I feel about those auras yet, the land changing auras. I'm going to take a Lethal Exploit here. I don't like this Enormous Energy Blade. +4/+0 is good, but tapping it, that's a big cost. I think I do like this Centipede, though. 3 mana, attacks as a 4/2, or you can attach it to something and then, attach it to something and maybe look good. This Disruption Protocol might actually just be a good card. I haven't decided yet. Counterspell potentially if you have artifacts. So Favor of Jukai is an aura, but it can channel and be like a buff spell. Gives reach, not bad. Let's see this Ecologist Terrarium. Enters battlefield, search for land, put it in your hand, shuffle. Or you can play it, sack it, put a counter on a creature. Well, you get both. This card's probably pretty playable, I imagine. It's also an artifact. Lets you fix. Good for the Shrine deck. So Shrine Steward. Might just take the Modern Age here. Keep going with the Saga theme. You get enchantment creatures out of it too. What else did I want? I was just thinking Counterspell or Centipede otherwise. Let's do the Saga. 2/3 flyer. Nothing to scoff at. Alright. Double striking ninjutsu creature. We have this one that brings back ninjas, rogues, or creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. We don't have any actual creature cards yet. Interesting. Song Shaper, I guess like a artifact beatdown deck. Could take the Network Disruptor, although based on what we already have, we're not really looking like a tempo-y sort of build. Spell Pierce, it's interesting to see that back. Probably take another Twisted Embrace. Feel okay about it. Get more removal. Another Lethal Exploit too, you say, huh? Generous Visitor is obviously good. We saw that already. Probably just taking another Lethal Exploit here. Otherwise, I've read all these other cards. I've seen this Mirror Box already. This is an interesting card. We don't have any legends yet. But if you have a bunch of cards that are the same too, it's okay. They have the same name. But I guess that works for... No, it's non-tokens too, so it doesn't even work for tokens. Reckoner's Bargain, I think, is actually a pretty good card. What's Reckoner Raid do? 1 mana Saga. So drains twice, and then you get a 2/2 menace creature? This card seems good to me. Let's take it. Ooh, Go Shintai, yeah. What else? Blade Blesser. I don't think we have any artifacts yet. That's alright. Or we could take the Counterspell now. I mean, milling your opponent out is kind of cool. And you get a pretty decent blocker out of it. To be honest, I almost think this Disruption Protocol might be a good card. Am I wrong? Maybe. We don't have any artifacts yet, but I'm going to take it. It's a hard counter. Okay, here, probably take the Virus Beetle, finally get an artifact. I don't know yet, Martin. Good morning. I don't know if I'll like this set more than Kamigawa yet. It's hard to say. But let's take the Virus Beetle. It does look... I mean, I am excited for it. It's hard to not be excited for brand new sets. I will say that. But, ooh, I'm going to take this Armguard Familiar. Get another artifact. I think this card's really good, too. Yeah, I agree. The sagas look amazing. Hi, Javier. Good morning. I'm going to take the Armguard Familiar. This card Does this card seem like it has a lot of text for a common? It's a lot going on with this card. 2 mana, 2/1. It's got Ward 2. And it can be attached. And it's an artifact equipment beast that can be attached to other creatures. I mean, it's a lot going on with that card. All right, Kami of Terrible Secrets now looks really good in this deck. We just picked up 2 artifacts. We have like all enchantments. This is basically a 4 mana 3/4 draw a card, gain 1 life, which is real good. Real good. I don't like Enormous Energy Blade, but I'll take it. I don't know how I feel. Spell Pierce is more of a constructed card, I think, for the most part. Oh, well, I think we're taking Junji here. Yeah. 5 mana, 5/5 Flying Menace. When it dies, each opponent either discards 2 cards and loses 2 life, or you get a non-dragon creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So strongest card in the graveyard under your control, lose 2 life, or your opponent loses 2 cards and loses 2 life. So they use a removal spell on Junji. They lose the remaining 2 cards in their hand and 2 life. This card is so good. Let's see what this Imperial Recovery unit does. 3 mana, 3/4. Return target creature or vehicle card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever it attacks, that's a good card. Oh, it's a vehicle though. Okay. I think this Containment Construct is actually kind of legit with Channel. All right, Reality Heist. Cost 1 less for each artifact you control. Look at the top 7 of your library. Reveal up to 2 artifact cards from among them. Put them in your hand. It's kind of cool. If we were more artifact centric, I could see taking that. Futurist Sentinel, nothing special kind of vehicle, is an artifact. Inkrise Infiltrator. This card is good for turning on ninjutsu because it's got flying. I really like this Jukai Preserver. That channel ability is good. Instant speed, put +1/+1 counter. I mean, it's like a combat trick or a 4 mana 4/4 at worst. Potentially buff something else. Centipede in here. Guardians for like some weird defender sort of build. I mean, it's also just a 3 mana 3/4. Not that that's not bad. You Are Already Dead is probably pretty playable too. But I might go with Junji. What do you guys think? All right. So here's the Red Shrine. 3 mana 2/2 first strike. Deals X damage to target player or planeswalker. Okay. I mean, the Shrine deck looks like it will be fun. Definitely. We saw the Samurai. I haven't seen this Prosperous Thief. 3 mana 3/2. Whenever 1 or more ninja or rogue creatures you control deal damage to a player, create a treasure token. That's a fun card. That seems good to me. 2 mana ninjutsu too. I like that. I haven't read this saga yet. 1 mana, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. When you cast your next creature spell this turn, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it, and then it comes back as a 2/2 haster. If a creature dealt damage this turn by a source you controlled would die, exile it instead. That's cool. That's a good card. I think the Ember Keeper is legit too, for like a modified deck. Getting 1/1, just getting 1/1's rewards for your dudes dying is pretty nice. Trespassers, I've seen this one, not bad. Little channel costs there. Seen all these. What about this one? Oh, I've seen that too. Okay. So here, might just take the Prosperous Thief. Hard to go wrong with a little treasure generator too, especially if you can get it down early enough. All right. Prodigy's Prototype. I don't know if I've seen this one. 3 mana 3/4. Whenever one or more vehicles you control attack, create a 1/1 pilot creature token with this creature's cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater. It's an awesome card. I think we have seen that. That's a very good card. Spits out 1/1s. Mnemonic Sphere, 2 mana, artifact, 2 sack, draw 2, or channel for 1. This card's great. It's also just like a little artifact rock for your if you control an artifact and enchantment synergies. I like that. What's this Blossom Prancer do too? I haven't read that one. 5 mana, 4/4, reach. When it enters, look at top 5, reveal a creature or enchantment from among them, put them in your hand. What? If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, gain 4 life. So either 5 mana, 4/4 reach, gain 4 life, or 5 mana, 4/4 reach, get a card from the top of your library. Wow. That's a good card right there. Ninja's Kunai. 1 mana, equipment, equips for 1. Equipped creature has 1 tap, sack, 3 damage to any target? What? That card's good. Kill spell or kill your opponent with it. And it's like pretty cheap. Also just hooks you up with another artifact body. I like that. Aki Warpaint, we got the Infiltrator. Just looking for cards I haven't seen yet. I could see playing a few of these Kami. But currently I only have like 2 artifacts I want to play, so we might need to up our artifact count first. I don't know if I like this Sphere or this Kunai more. They're both like sack artifacts. I mean, card advantage is nice, but 3 damage to any target is also nice. I think I'm going to take the Ninja's Kunai. Ooh, we take the Silver Fur Master now. Here's the white. Oh, we've seen the white shrine. I like that. Spits out 1/1s. I think I might just go Silver Fur Master now. We don't even have that many ninjas for it, unfortunately, but there's probably a few. There's a rogue. All right. What else we got in here? Fade into Antiquity. Definitely going to be a nice, pretty hard removal spell in this format. Little life linking ninjutsu creature. Or Okiba Reckoner Raid. But let's go ahead and take the Silver Fur Master. I think it makes sense here. All right, here's the green shrine. What? Oh, so it only can buff itself, but still. That's pretty cool. Grows every turn for 1 mana, potentially. That's a good card. You Are Already Dead, I think, is playable. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Still thinking. Alright, so here it's probably... Searchlight Companion, you get an artifact, a flyer, and 2 bodies. But Tamio's Completion is hard removal as well. Alright, let's take the Completion. It also deals with all of the reconfigure cards, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to take it. All right, another chance to get Disruption Protocol. Did I already get one too? Yeah, all right. Or we can take Mnemonic Sphere now. I do like the Sphere, and I probably want some more artifacts. So I'm going to take that. All right, another chance to get Protocol. Anything else I haven't seen yet? I don't think so. Guess we'll take Protocol. I think I'll take the Ambusher now. It's an artifact creature. We already have the Lord. It's a ninja. So we can take the Infiltrator just to get a flyer. That's also a ninja. Or I take the Centipede because I probably want some more artifacts, enchantments. Even though it doesn't... I think I'm going to take the... I want a good mix of artifacts and... Well, Infiltrator is cool for that, but we're not exactly a ninjutsu deck. Like, we have 3 ninjutsu creatures, but I would say the focus of our deck is primarily artifacts and enchantment stuff. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Yeah, I haven't played Paper Magic in a long time. It has been a while. Here I'm going to take the Centipede. I want that artifact. So, Shadow Walker's not a bad card. Can I even do anything with this Artificer? I can cast... Yeah, I can actually cast a few cards in here with that. Otherwise, I just am taking a Shadow Walker because it's another big thing. All right. I don't know if either one makes the deck, to be honest. I don't know either, Scott. I have a sickness. Well, I think the Blade Blesser is good. I might just want more Kamis, though. It's hard to go wrong with pretty good body that also draws a card and gains you a life. All right, we'll take more artifacts here. Now we've got a pretty good mix of artifacts and enchantments. All right, Takenuma, Abandoned Mire, Legend Land. We already got the green one that we're not playing. All right, 4, discard it. Mill 3, return a creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Not as exciting as the green one, I think. But it is a land that has other abilities, so that is good. And it's like guaranteed to make the deck, so maybe it's just worth it. Otherwise, go Shintai. We've seen this already. Good luck, Scott. I love D&D. This can just kill things. I don't know if we have space, though. We kind of already have a deck. I might just take Takenuma for the fact that it doesn't take up a slot in the deck and it's a spell. Dismal Backwater does some fixing for us. Could take some more sagas, but probably just gonna take the land with ability because we already have a deck probably. Oh wow, Kaito. Oh, okay. 3 mana, 3 loyalty. It phases out if it just entered. You get to draw, discard, unless you attack. So you could just draw if you did attack. Creates ninjas that can't be blocked. And its emblem is, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. That's pretty good emblem. Just find all your creatures. Flame Discharge. I haven't seen this one yet. X damage creature or planeswalker. If you control a modified creature... As you cast it, it deals X plus 2 damage instead. That's cool. So we've seen the containment. I'm pretty sure we're going to take Kaito, but I want to read what else is in here. Fall of Lord Kanda, 3 mana, exile creature, mana value 4 or greater. Each player gains control of all permanents they own. That one's not that relevant, I don't think. But then it comes back as a 1/3 that when it dies draws a card. That's pretty good. It's a cool card. I mean, the exile effect, kill something big and get a body that gives you value is pretty slick. All right, it's uncommon. That makes more sense. Short Circuit. So it's an enchantment, flash. It's playable combat trick. Probably because it's an enchantment. I like this greater Tanuki too. All right, let's just take Kaito here, huh? All right. So we got the Green Shrine again. Okiba Salvage. 5 mana, return a creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. If you control an artifact and enchantment. Okay. So kind of like just a res spell with some potential upside. Could take another Arm Guard Familiar. I might. Just for the fact that it's a good card. It's got Ward 2. It's 2-drop. It's an artifact. Good for ninjutsu as well. Alright, which ones have we not read yet? I think I've read all of these. I like this Mirror Shell Crab, actually. This card is good. It's kind of an overpriced counterspell, or it's a win con that's pretty legit. And it's an artifact on top of that. I think we'll take it. So another Ambusher. Puzzle Maker does seem kind of good. Flyer, blocker, scry ability is good. It actually has synergy with Disruption Protocol if you tap it. Pay 2, tap it, scry 1, counter your spell. It's kind of cool. Probably taking this Specialist, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Scavenger, or Scrounger, rather, is kind of cool. Or I can just take another 1-drop. Hard to go wrong with 1-drops, isn't it? But the Specialist is good. Coming in and bouncing something is very good. But this is good, too, just because it's another enchantment. But I'm going to take the Specialist. Bounce is just too good. I don't know if I've read this one yet. 3 mana, Rare Saga, gain 2 life, look at the top 3 of your library, exile one of them face down with a hatchling counter on it, then put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. So you exile 2 with hatchling counters, and then it comes back as a 0/1. Whenever it or a dragon you control dies, you may cast a creature spell from among cards you own in exile with hatching counters on them. That's pretty sweet, actually. I actually like this Blade Blesser. It's too bad this is just ninjas and rogues. It doesn't buff samurais. That's weird, actually. Probably just going to go with the Reckoner Raid. Hard to go wrong with 1-drops that generate enchantments for you, and they're just good. So we could take the Short Circuit. What's the Puppet do? Oh yeah, that's right. Anything else I haven't read here? I don't think so. Malicious Malfunction. 3 mana, sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature would die this turn, exile instead. Not bad. What's this do? 4 mana. I see a Saga, I get excited. Each opponent sacks a creature unless they discard a card, and then it comes back as a 0/4. Oh yeah, that's right. A menace creature, and when it attacks, its power is equal to the number of creature cards in defending player's graveyard. I mean, it's not bad. You're either... I mean, they get the choice, so they're probably just going to discard a couple cards, but I still feel like you end up getting pretty good value out of that one. I like it. Debt to the Kami is also an interesting card. Instant speed. They have to exile a creature they control, so they get the choice. But you can also make them exile an enchantment instead. So probably want the removal there, but this card is very good too. Hard to go wrong with all the value you eventually get out of this. I'm going to take this. Have a good feeling about it. All right, I like the Mnemonic Sphere, but we already have to make cuts. I'm just going to take the fixing here, I'm pretty sure. We don't have space for anything else. Reckoner Shakedown is an interesting card. It's either a buff spell or a hand reveal that gets rid of something. Whatever, I'll take it. Got the Centipede. All right, let's deck build, y'all. This deck looks pretty sweet. I gotta make quite a few more cuts though, huh? So I have to make like 8 cuts. I think we can probably cut these ambushers. They are artifacts, but we're already a little clunky, and we have the Silver Fur Master, which is kind of cool, but I mean, maybe the Chain Flail Centipedes aren't that good. Could be the case. Maybe we keep them around and dump the Centipedes. I don't know how good Reconfigure is yet. I'm kind of still trying to process that, I guess. Get rid of that. Probably don't need the Scrounger. It's a weird curved deck, but these are Ninjutsu 2 cards, so they're probably okay. A lot of 4-drops, admittedly. I want to keep the protocols around. I don't know if I can, though. Maybe we get rid of the Artificer. It does ramp into an Ambusher, though, which is kind of nice. But we can probably dump it. This deck looks pretty solid. I don't even have, I mean, it doesn't even matter that I don't have vehicles. It's a 2/2 Menace. Not bad. I like these Arm Guard Familiars. This card seems good to me. That Ward. Yeah, it's an artifact. I still have to make some cuts. I could see maybe cutting an Ambusher. I want to keep all my Sagas. So I have to make 2 more cuts. Shouldn't be too hard, right? At least we can probably dump 1 protocol. And then what's my removal? I've got the Kunai, Counterspell, 2 exploits, bounce. This thing's removal, 2 embrace. Thinking about making the Ambusher my final cut too, but what's my creature count if I cut that? What are we looking at? 1, I count these as creatures. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess that counts as a creature. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's not bad. Perfect, actually. Well, what do you guys think? I'd play this. Looks good. This is good. I'm getting good practice here. If you feel like I'm missing anything with this format, let me know. I do, based on my first and second draft, I do seem to be honed in on the artifact enchantment synergy deck so far. You get this if you have artifact enchantment deck. I mean, this deck would be nuts because we got Junji and Kaito, which is just so good. And there's really good removal in here too. Not that much evasion though, huh? Well, not that big of a deal probably. All right, Let's draft again, shall we? Oh yeah, wait, there's a mirror shell crab in here. I forgot to... What do y'all think is better? The crab or a disruption protocol? I'm almost thinking crab might be better. Like, you don't get to hit as many targets at as low a price, but you also get a potential late game 5/7 ward 3 out of it. The fact that it hits abilities too, I think is actually kind of relevant. All right. Let's do another one. Yeah, I think the crab is great too. All right. Mukatai Soul Ripper. 2 mana, 4/3 vehicle. Whenever it attacks, you can sack another artifact or creature. If you do, put a counter on it, and it gains menace. Okay. Probably pretty good for an all-in aggro deck. I think this Circuit Mender is legit. I've seen this. 3 mana, 2/3. Comes in, gains 2. When it leaves, draw a card. So it even works well with Ninjutsu. Heiko. 4 mana, 3/3 Trampler. By the way, I, for the most part, love sets with uncommon legends. I've mentioned this before in my draft videos, but love it. 4 mana, 3/3 Trampler. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you can cast an artifact card from your graveyard this turn. That's good. I mean, this is an artifact-centric set. That card seems good to me. Invigorating Hot Spring also seems good. Just slap counters on things. Excuse me. What else we got? Master's Rebuke. All right, well, this is one-sided removal. Definitely going to be good. We got Virus Beetle. See, anything else I haven't seen yet? This is a cool card. 3 mana, 4/1 artifact. When it enters, target creature can't block. That's pretty good for aggro. Jeez. And then we've got some other things I've seen. Let's do the... I could see the argument for taking Heiko. That ability is good. But I think we're going to take the removal here. March of Reckless Joy. I haven't seen this one. 1 red and an X instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, exile any number of red cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Exile top X cards of your library. You can play up to 2 of them until the end of your next turn. I don't know about this one. This one seems a little bit not up my alley here. Spinning Wheel Kick, on the other hand, seems insane. I mean, 4 mana for 1 creature, 6 mana for 2, 8 mana, possibly kill 3 creatures. With a little Death Toucher, maybe. And you can deal it to Planeswalkers, too, which is cool. Alright, I like it. What else have I not seen yet? Alright, let's go with the Wheel Kick here. Ooh, another chance to get the by Saihu Who Endures. I like this card. Generous Visitor in there too. I think we're probably ending up going to take the land that can blow up artifacts and enchantments. It's just a solid effect. And like I said, even though it ramps, fixes them, whatever, a land that blows up artifacts and enchantments in an artifact enchantment set, or randomly non-basic land, is very good. Plus, it's legendary, so it triggers those effects in this set that like make things cheaper for each legend you control. Geothermal Kami is kind of cool. I think in the right deck it can be very good. I like the Papercraft Decoy. When it dies, you can pay 2 and draw, or you can use it for ninjutsu and draw. Moonsnare Prototype's an interesting card if you're all in on artifacts. What's this Voltage Surge? Oh, yeah. So it's 2 to any target, or 2 to creature planeswalker, but if you sack an artifact, it's 4 instead. Not a bad card. I mean, actually a very, very good card, but I'm wondering how often I'll sack the artifact to deal 4. I mean, it probably comes up if you need to deal with the right thing. Moon Circuit Hacker, 2 mana, 2/1 ninjutsu, deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and discard unless this just entered the turn, which is really slick. I think we'll just go with Basayu. This is a sweet card. All right, Covert Technician, 3 mana, 2/4, ninjutsu 2. When it deals combat damage to a player, put an artifact card with mana value less than or equal to that damage from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, that's cool. So 2 mana or less, you get a free artifact. I don't know how often that's going to come up. Let's see the Silencer here. 2 mana, 2/1, ninjutsu 2. When it deals combat damage to a player, discard a creature card when you do destroy target. Wow, that's a good one. That is a real good one. Good card. Wow. All right. Heir of the Ancient Fang, 3 mana, 2/3, enters as a 3/4 if you control a modified creature. Not that exciting. I'm just looking at the green cards. Wait a second. 5 mana. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature vehicle you control. It gains vigilance until end of turn, and then it turns to a 5/5 vigilance haste snake warrior enchantment creature. Wow. Well, that seems pretty good. I definitely think the Silencer is pretty nuts. I mean, you do have to discard a creature card, but might just stick with green for now and take this Tales of Master Sashiro. It does take 3 turns to get a 5/5 Vigilance Haste, but card is pretty slick. Good with our fight spells. All right. Here, I'm probably just taking Fade into Antiquity. Like I said, I think it's going to be hard removal in this set. Probably. Bearer of Memory seems pretty good too, actually. I mean, it's a big cost, but that effect can take the game over in a stalemate, definitely. All right, let's take Fade into Antiquity. Careful Cultivation. I actually like this card. At worst, a 2 mana instant speed ramp creature. Can't go wrong with that, right? All right. Let's see here. So we've got Iron Apprentice. I like the Boar. I like most of these channel cards quite a bit. Can take the Safekeeping. It's a combat trick, anti-removal. That also gains you life. It's not bad. I mean, the thing is, we don't have that much that we want to protect right now, but it's any permanent too, which is kind of slick. We'll take it. See what I think of it. Invoke Calamity, I don't think it's that good. Papercraft Decoy is. Yeah, I think we'll go with the Decoy. At worst, 2 mana artifact that can potentially draw you a card. I think that's pretty good. So Debt to the Kami is some removal. Uncharted Haven seems okay. Reckoner Raid's not bad, obviously, but probably go with the removal, I guess. Commune with Spirits. Look at top 4. Reveal an enchantment or land. I don't really like the Grafted Growth. I doubt we'd end up playing Commune with Spirits. There's nothing here we really need that badly. Maybe just go with the counter spell. Generous Visitor, on the other hand, pretty excellent. We already have some enchantments too. Yeah, that's a nuts one to wheel. If we actually could ever wheel that. We'll take the Kami now. I think the Suit's a good card. I don't know how I feel about Lucky Offering yet. I mean, I think it's just artifact and it's just mana value 3 or less. I don't know how often that's going to hit, but gain 3 life too. I mean, I'm sure against the right deck, it's pretty awesome. All right. Inventive Iteration. So bounce a creature or planeswalker, return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand, and if you can't draw, and then turns into a 3/3 flying. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value until your next turn. Until your next turn? Wow. That's pretty excellent. Touch the Spirit Realm is Oblivion Ring, essentially, with upside of also having random channel protect, like in response to your removal, exile my dude and bring it back, or get into the battlefield effects again. Covert Technician we've seen already. I don't think we really need that one. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it's that great. Is there anything good in green? This Bamboo Grove Archer I kind of like. It's good against aggro as an early blocker, and randomly can kill flyers from your hand. 5 mana is a lot for that effect. Coiling Stalker, a little Snake Ninja over here. 2 mana, 2/1. When it deals damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature that doesn't have a +1/+1 counter on it. Kind of cool. I think we could actually use some more cheap creatures. The Grove Archer has some synergy with Generous Visitor because it's an enchantment creature. I think the Coiling Stalker is a pretty strong card, actually. All right, Story Weave, 3 mana. I haven't seen this one. Instant, 3 mana. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, or put 2 lore counters on target saga you control. The next time one or more enchantment creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn, they each enter with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. That's kind of a cool card. I mean, the fact that it's a combat trick, too, is kind of cool. This Dockside Chef's a great card. Turn all your opponent's removal and all your chump blockers, convert them into cards. Very good. This Mobilizer Mech seems like a fun vehicle-centric deck card. Lethal Exploit's good. Black removal. We do have this black removal as well. We have a couple blue counter spells. Specialist is good. Nothing else in green. Well, we could take the Story Weave. We don't have that many sagas to do with it, and it is just a pretty good, it's an okay combat trick otherwise. 2 +1/+1 counters, so it's a permanent buff plus combat trick for 3 mana instant speed. Might just take Lethal Exploit. This is pretty excellent removal. Malicious Malfunction, potentially good. Probably, maybe better sideboard card. It's probably fine main deck too, depending on what your deck's doing. And we don't know how aggressive this format is yet. I like this Bronze Plate board. That's a good card too. It's expensive reconfigure cost, but 3 mana, 3/2 tramples. Artifact creature's not bad. Could take the Infiltrator. I don't love it. But it's another 2-drop. Maybe I just take the malfunction. Favor of Jukai. Enchantment. So it buffs huge, or you can channel it for a one-time buff. Not bad. Clawing Torment. Okay card, just not exactly what I'm looking for. Probably take another Tales of Master Sashiro here. Like, it's a little bit clunky, especially since you have to wait, you know, 2 extra turns to get your 5/5 Vigilance Haste, but I still think it's good enough. All right, probably take another Master's Rebuke here. Let's see what this does. Anchor to Reality, 4 mana. Sack an artifact or creature. Search your library for an equipment or vehicle. Put it on the battlefield. If it has mana value less than the sacrifice permanent's mana value, try to. That's probably more of a constructed card. Runaway Trash Bot. 3 mana, 0/4 Trampler. It gets +1/+0 for each artifact and or enchantment card in your graveyard. It's kind of a cool card. Probably just taking the Rebuke, I assume. The Preserver is good, but I'm going to go with the Rebuke. More one-sided removal. We saw that one already. Not really in love with any of these. Fall of Lord Konda is probably the best. Otherwise, we could take the Kami. It's a way to get creatures back. We don't even really have that many creatures. All right, another Geothermal Kami. Modern Age. I don't know what our second color is, though. Guess I'll just take the Kami. Can take the Grove Archer now. Give us some 2-drop protection, but I probably take this Bang of Shigeki since we have 2 Master's Rebukes and Spinning Wheel Kick. And it's an enchantment. I kind of like this suit up. It's the fact that it's a combat trick where you can draw a card actually kind of makes me like it. I don't know what our second color is. All the Geothermal Kami's little boy could ask for. This lets you loot off artifacts, which I think is kind of cool. And it ramps. I mean, I guess so. Combat trick. This deck, not quite as good. Oh, we still have a whole nother pack. Well, we're doing okay then. Brilliant Restoration. That's a weird one. Probably more of a constructed card. Awaken Awareness, we already went over. That's a weird one too. Bearer of Memory, not bad. Still don't know what our second color is. Guess we'll take the Bearer. I think that Greater Tanuki's kind of good. Each opponent creates a... Oh yeah, this like gives them some rats for 2 turns. And then you get a 3/3 where you gain all the rats. And whenever it attacks, you can sack a creature and draw a card. It's kind of cool. It's a good cost for it too. Probably just taking this Prancer though. Or we could take another Spinning Wheel Kick. But I think we kind of need this Prancer. We need more creatures. This one's good too. Reach, gain 4 life, or get more cards. Hi, Hannah. I like the new cards. I'm excited for the new set. I think it'll be fun. I really haven't seen too many feel bad rares yet either. I've seen maybe one or two, but I don't think we have that many auras to take advantage of a light pause. Thanks, Braulio. Maybe just take another Master's Rebuke. Got a lot of them. Roaring Earth. 2 mana. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature or vehicle you control. What? Yeah, probably take that. What's this one do? Play additional lands. Gain 3. Get a 3/3 that whenever it becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands. That's a weird one. I think this Roaring Earth seems incredibly strong. You just basically modify all your creatures, not to mention making them stronger. And on top of that, it's got a channel ability that can turn a land into a hasty spirit creature. That card seems real good. Real good. Okay. So we already have a safekeeping. I do think that's good. That's a good call, Braulio. I think the Dragon Spirits are pretty insane, too. Yeah. Well, I hear this argument, too, about, feel bad rares, where they're like, well, the game needs them, though. Does it? I don't get that argument. Why does the game need feel bad rares? There's still really powerful cards that aren't feel bad rares. Like, look at, like, a good example is, like, Jacob Hauken in Crimson Vow. That card will take the game over. It absolutely will take the game over. It will win the game. But is it a feel bad? No. No, it's not. It's a 0/2 that eventually gives you some free spells and takes the game over. But it loots for you. It does all of these things, but it doesn't come down and just win the game. So that's like my difference between feel bad and strong. Like, feel bad is like Arsonist. Comes in, deals damage right away, probably kills something, deals some damage to you. It's like you need an answer for it or you're done. But with Jacob, it's like you get some time. It's not game over when it comes down. It's like, oh, I'm going to have to deal with that at some point. Oh, Ugin. Just wipe the board. He sticks around, just starts lightning bolting your face. Yeah, that one is real good. I like that Tamio's safekeeping too, Hannah. That's a good card. I think we'll take it. Ooh, can I cast this? Guess I could. 5 mana. It's got that completed effect, so it means... Oh, the demon. What were they thinking? Don't get me started on that one. What's Tamio do? So tap a creature or an artifact, doesn't untap. That's already good, so it protects itself. You can exile non-land permanents with mana value X from your graveyard and create a token's copy, so it protects itself that way. And then the emblem is create a notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast and tap, draw a card. Yeah, the demon, the beast demon, whatever it's called, was only a rare. What were they thinking? All right, we got a little ramper here too. I think we got to just go with Tamio. I mean, how can you can't pass Tamio? Are you kidding me? Look at that card. God, Caretaker. Why? Why Caretaker? Why would you do that? Why? Why would you? Why would you come up with that card? Why would you bring back Hexproof, and that's the card you bring back Hexproof with? Just, what are they thinking? It's like we came up with this great idea called Ward. We don't have to print hexproof ever again. We've got Ward now. It's the best possible upgrade, update to the ability you could possibly do. Nope, let's print hexproof. Let's put it on a creature that just keeps buffing all your creatures over and over again and makes all your permanents have hexproof. What were you thinking? Another Roaring Earth? Wow. What's this one do? Yeah. +1/+1 for each land you control with reach. Wow, that card's good. Search your library for 2 basic forests, put them in your hand. Put up to 1 target land card from your graveyard on top of your library. All right, probably won't always hit on that. That card seems good, though. I like that. I still kind of maybe like this Roaring Earth more, though. Just convert all your lands into... That's good. I like the emergence, too. I'm a little worried I don't have enough creatures, but we'll figure it out. It's Roaring Earth versus Besaihu. These are both great cards. It's got to be this Roaring Earth, though. I mean, that is just... insane. The Archer's good, too. I do like the Archer. All right, this is pack 1. What was our second color? Blue, probably, because of Tameo. I'm at a loss. Nothing. Oh, here we go. Well, we wheeled some good stuff here. I really like this Greater Tanuki, actually. This ramps and is a win con. It's a good card. Guess we'll take the Heir of the Ancient Fang in case we don't have enough creatures. All right, what's deck build? Probably not good enough there. I feel like we really don't have the artifacts to support Disruption Protocol, sadly. This deck's not quite as good as my last couple. But we do have this Roaring Earth. Turn 1, Generous Visitor. Turn 2, Roaring Earth. Buff it. Turn 3, land. Buff Generous Visitor. Yeah. Where did Tameo go? Oh, she's down here with my Greater Tanukis. It's like, where's the best card in my deck go? Oh yeah, we've got these Greater Tanukis. That actually does help. Let's get rid of this. I don't think we need 3 geothermal commies. I don't think this Heir of the Ancient Fang's all that great. It's okay, because we're going to have 2 Roiling... So we're going to have modified creatures, so it's a 3-mana 3/4, hopefully. Yeah, and the Master's Rebuke, too. So I have 28 cards. Have to make 5 cuts. I might just cut the commies. They're not that great. I need to make sure I have enough... We're basically playing blue for a Tameo in here. I don't know if you... We're like a... We're borderline mono green here. Which makes these protocols much worse. Maybe just dump them. Maybe just cut the suit up too. So basically, then we just, with 2 greater Tanukis, we could easily play just like 2 islands in here for Tamio with 2 greater Tanukis probably. Yeah, green. I mean, I've got it in the deck here, Brawley. I've got this Master's Rebuke. So I've got the one-sided fight here. And then the best one, I think, is this Spinning Wheel Kick. This card is pretty dirty. I mean, granted, it's a little clunky, but this is like a late game, complete and utter game flip card. You got a Tanuki out and 8 mana. I'll just kill your 3 biggest creatures. Attack you with a 6/5 Trampler. Let's do a creature count here. We've got 1. And Fang, this card is really important in the deck with all this fight, too. 1, 2, at least Generous Visitor is good here, too. 3, 4, 5. I guess these count as creatures, too, don't they? So 7, 8, 9. This kind of counts as a creature. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this kind of counts as a... Yeah, we have plenty of creatures. This deck's actually not bad for like a mono green build. All right. Well, I'm going to be doing this the next couple days as well. Are you all as excited for this set as I am? You know, it's nice to get a fresh take on a new set, I think. Crimson Vow was out so much longer than Midnight Hunt. I think that was an issue. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what I mean. I put out like more than 90 drafts of Crimson Vow. It was out for a long time. Some good removal too. Yeah. That's awesome, Braulio. Appreciate it. Well, there's still going to be 2 more, or I guess 7, 8, 9, 3 more Crimson Vow videos. The one today and the one over the next couple days. And then I plan on recording some Kamigawa day of release and putting it out there. So looking forward to that. I hope y'all are too. Thanks for tuning in. This set looks fun. I'll be doing these the next couple days too. We'll be doing draft simulators on stream the next couple days. Feel free to reach out to me if you have some questions or comments. I'm happy to look them over. This is good practice to prepare for a new set, I think. So, all right, y'all. Thank you.